Hello and welcome back to another episode of To the Magic and Beyond. My name is Jordan and I'm here with my lovely co-host Michelle.
Hello.
And we've got producer Courtney and producer Logan here as well. Say hello.
Hey guys.
Ooh, you beat me to it.
I know.
Hello.
I
Hello.
went for it this time.
No chance.
I love it. I love it.
Her team won today. She's on spot today.
We are so excited we're not necessarily excited to be back, but we're really excited.
Yeah. No, we're never
really excited to
be
talk about
back.
being back.
Yeah. We're really excited because today we're going to give you guys our post-trip experience on our trip to Disneyland.
Yay!
Which of course sadly means we're back in Tennessee.
Yes.
But
Normal life.
we're still excited to be here and to get to tell you guys all about our trip, which I would say overall was 100% a successful trip. We all loved it. We were all sad to be back.
Number one, we're all still talking and we like each other mostly. So
Right.
it was a success.
We all
Yeah, that's
traveled
true.
together completely for the first time.
I mean,
all four.
We're still
technically,
here.
yeah. I was like, technically,
Yeah.
Michelle and Courtney and I went to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party last year
Yeah.
together, but this was our first like official podcast trip. Logan was there, and we all traveled really well together.
Which is good because we have like 2 or 3 trips next year that we're planning. So it's good that Logan didn't go, that's never happened. That was terrible. It was great. It was great. I mean, it's never good to come home. I don't think I've never left Disney and went, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
I've been with some people that are like, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
But I'm never that. And I'm always shocked going, what? Why?
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, you run out of money, but other than that, I tried to do that this time.
Yeah. We all went a little ham on the
we can
merchandise
talk about some merch.
experience.
Yeah, the merch is good.
When you don't get there all the time and it's all so cute, it's just
Yeah.
hard to say no.
There is nothing in the camera shot right now, if you're watching on YouTube, that was owned before this trip.
Including
And that's
our
not even
clothes.
a tenth of it. But just to
No,
talk about the merch,
it's
there's
not.
actually nothing.
Yeah, we're not even wearing, like, if you're looking at Jordan and I, like, both shirts came from there then.
The hat, the key,
The hat, the key, the
Mickey,
pin.
the pen.
We all had
My good
multiple
buddy
shirts.
Mickey.
sweatshirts.
Someone purchased so much they had to buy an extra suitcase.
Hey!
Ooh, we could use the suitcase as decoration.
We don't have to talk about that. And it
But we
already
all
got
ended up
nicked up
sharing
in
it
the luggage.
for part of
People
the
messed it up.
If I remember right, we talked about taking half full suitcases so that we'd have room to come back with
Which
all of
we
our
did.
stuff. And we did.
They did.
And someone still needed to buy a
And
suitcase.
someone
and check another bag.
just felt like they needed to take too much. Like, and I come in, when I put it all back up when I got home, I was like, why did you take all this? This is terrible. But I could have needed it. So it's
But now
better
you
to
have a
have it.
really cute Disneyland Hotel suitcase as a
Yes.
forever souvenir.
It's very cute. I mean, it got nicked up, the airport people, but minus that, it's really good. It's really good. I'm not negative about that
It's
at all. It's a
fine.
good purchase. It's a good purchase. It probably, I paid twice what it's worth, but yes, it's
Paying for that Disney name.
serve the moment. It'll be nice till it's not.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's only money, folks. It's only
Yes.
money.
But yeah, so obviously signs already of a very successful
Yes.
trip. We loaded up on the merch. But yeah, so let's just jump right in and get started.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had early flights.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, everybody always asks what airport. Like LA has, I don't know, 3 or 4 airports.
There's a lot of
At least
different
4.
options.
LAX being the largest of all of them, and the furthest, I think.
There's one a little bit further.
Is there? Okay.
But I don't remember. Off.
Yeah. So Burbank is the closest. We did not fly into Burbank strictly because we're all cheap because we needed the merch money. And so we actually flew into LAX. I had some people at work that told me, fly into Burbank. And I was like, well, I'm not because this was cheaper. And they were like, oh.
For
And
us,
I was like, okay.
coming from Nashville on Southwest, LAX was the cheapest option, and it was also one of the only options that had direct flights, which at least going out there, we wanted to make sure we had. We did end up doing a connection on the way back, but Yeah, but the other airports, all for us out of Nashville, all had connections, and we
There
didn't.
was
I
also-
had to be there for a work event that first night, so
Yes,
we
we
did
need to be
not
there
want to
early.
risk.
Yeah, there was also nothing wrong with LAX.
No,
I
it
don't
was
know
fine.
We had
where
a good
that came
experience,
from.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
you got
but-
off. Like I've talked to a coworker who has told me that United or some of the American, some of the other airlines maybe that are further from baggage, all that kind of stuff.
a
But
little
for
more
us, we
walking.
literally got off. Really not a terrible walk. Got our
No.
bags.
Yeah,
We're
but
able to use
we're
the
used to that
bathroom.
at BNA now. Southwest drops you at the furthest gate every time. When you
Yeah,
get on the
that's
phone.
far.
Where
Yeah,
you're coming
They
exactly.
never use the close gates to drop you off.
No.
Yeah.
And then the walk to the Ubers and Lyfts was only
Yeah.
10 minutes, something like that.
We used the Uber and Lyfts, which I thought it was pretty convenient to get to. They had good signage when you went to book
Yeah.
the Uber. We ended up Ubering, I think.
Yeah, we
or was it
Ubered
Lyft?
on the way.
Uber, yeah, and lifted
on the way back.
We compared both, so that's kind of a pro tip. If you have both apps, you can compare them because both times that we used it, there was a pretty significant price difference between the two.
There was.
But there was good signage. You do have to walk out to it. It's a little bit of a walk if you've got your luggage, but it wasn't too bad.
No, I didn't think it was. I mean, they're doing a little construction there,
Mm-hmm.
and so we probably had to walk longer this time. Like, usually you probably can. I mean, it looked like there was a crosswalk to go down the middle or the other, but we couldn't do that just
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
strictly because of construction. But it was fine, and it was a 38-minute ride.
We got in around 10:30 a.m., 11
Yeah.
a.m. So at that point in the day, the LA traffic wasn't terrible. So we actually got from LAX to Disneyland Hotel pretty quick.
Yeah, and I mean, the flight was great. I got to fly over the desert. Never flown over the desert. Took some airplane pictures of that, and then flew over the freeway. Got a really good picture of that from the airplane. And then we had a van. It took us. We handled all of our luggage.
We did have to book the Uber XL strictly because of how many bags we had.
Yeah, on the way, it was good. On the way
So
back, I think
about that.
we almost kind of went, but it went fine. He handled that like a champ.
Yep.
And was really, really nice. Drivers were nice.
Yes, super
sometimes
nice
they're not,
drivers.
but this was good. And we got to the Disneyland Hotel, and we were not pixie dusted with our room being ready. They were very, very nice, and they gave us our button.
They did. They gave us.
What did you think of the Disneyland Hotel as you drove up? What were your
I
initial
loved it.
thoughts?
So I'm really into the retro. I like retro stuff like that, architecture and stuff like that. And I felt like it's been obviously updated since the early days and whatnot. But it was really, really cool. They had a nice 70th rug rolled out for the
Yes, it was
70th
so
celebration, and
cute.
some statues for those of us that are used to the gold statues at World. For the 50th, they had some gold statues. So that was really cute. And the lobby has the little Alice in Wonderland cups.
Yeah, little
teacups in there.
There's like seats that you can sit in.
And there was some artwork. What is her name? Is it Anne Rand? What is her name, the artist of the Alice in Wonderland stuff? Because there was some of her art in there. I can't think of it. Your buddy Hannah likes her stuff, but I can't think of the name of the artist. Anyway, there was some of her stuff in there.
Yeah.
It was really cool. The cool retro Disneyland sign is nice. And I thought
Yeah.
they were really nice. Cast members, I think they're always great.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
immediately we got out of the Uber and we were met with the Bell Services people, and they were like, "Can we get your bags?" And we're like, "Okay, well, we want to see if our room is there." They're like, "Perfect. Here's where you go. If you need to check your bags, come back out to us." Like, it was immediately the quality Disney cast member experience that you know and love, that
Yeah.
we know and love from World. It felt very similar to that. The check-in guy was super nice, gave us all the information. The room wasn't unfortunately ready.
It was,
But
that was the
it's
only-
a Friday. It was also a Friday, so we're going into a weekend.
Yeah.
Which California, that area is definitely more of a weekend vibe. They
Yeah.
get busier on the weekends, so
And of course, we were there's 4 buildings there,
Yeah.
so we went ahead and we checked our bags with Bell Services because I think Logan and Courtney did some changing up because they needed to get out. I think Logan, did you have pants on?
Yeah, I like to
Yeah.
travel just sweatpants on
Yeah.
a plane. Not like thick. But
and the
I
weather
definitely
was
didn't-
nice, but
once
warmer than
once
he'd
we
want to
found
wear
out the room
pants.
wasn't ready and we were going to be walking around downtown Disney and going to get lunch, I wanted to change into something else. So yeah.
And the resort is big and beautiful. Disneyland Resort.
I loved it.
I would like to go when I go back again, and I will go back again. But when I go back again, I would like to stay there again to just like have the time to take in the actual resort. We explored the resort, but we didn't use the pool.
Yeah.
And
which we had planned on doing.
We had, yes, but
we had a big,
I'll go ahead and mention. Go ahead and mention this now, folks. For those of you world people, pools are open till like 10 or 11. It's glorious. Like you've hung out, whatever. They show movies, pool, movies at the pool with
including
the big
the
blow
water
up.
slides.
Yeah, including the water slides.
Courtney, are you bitter?
Like one of the things that Courtney wanted to do, the hotel has a monorail slide.
So cool.
And it had hot tubs. I think it had like 2 hot tubs.
Yeah.
So like we're like doing all this talking. We're going to go back because Jordan had the work thing, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But we go back. They changed. Well, we didn't change. We were going to go, and we stopped to talk to the lifeguard or whatnot because for some reason we walked down there.
We were just going to go get ready and come down and swim slide for an hour or 2 or 30 minutes or whatever.
The pool closes at 9:00 in California, of all places. Like I feel like that's the big city. 9:00,
and it was 8:45.
And it was 8:45, and we run up. They change. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm old.
We were just going to try to do the slide.
We were just going to do the water slide so Courtney could say she did it, and Logan was going to do it with her. And we come back down in a hurry, and the lifeguard's like, "Oh, sorry, our slides close at 6 p.m." And we're like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, like they close. All the slides close at 6 p.m." I'm like, 6 p.m.
It's still light outside.
It's
like
what in the world? Like, what? Like, and I mean, we were so flabbergasted that I didn't even like go back and go, why? I mean, lifeguards are here. Are you worried you can't find people under the slide at 9:00, but you can find them over here at 9:00? I just listen.
Check your pool hours.
Check your pool hours. You don't got to check them.
hours.
I'm helping you. 6 p.m. the slides close. 9:00 the pool closes.
And the hot tubs.
You're
I
not
don't know who
using
uses a hot tub before 9 p.m., but
nothing.
theirs are closed.
And just so everybody knows, like the park sometimes close at like 9:00. So when the park closes and you're back at the hotel, just go ahead and buy some merch at downtown because you're not swimming. So that's my only negative for the resort. You're not swimming. So we didn't get to swim. So I would like to go back. But there's multiple restaurants at the resort. There's a nice coffee place. I really enjoyed their coffee and pastries.
Yeah, the Disneyland Resort is amazing, and it's very much themed after. It's the whole place is like an homage to the original Disneyland park. So you mentioned the 4 buildings. It's Fantasyland, Adventureland, Frontierland, and Tomorrowland are like the buildings. There's so much stuff from the parks themed there. Our hotel room carpet had fireworks in it, and then the headboard on the beds, like you turned on the little light and it played music, and then there was like light up fireworks,
like
on
hand-carved
it. Like
wooden
hand-carved wooden
wall art
It was
headboard.
We'll post pictures.
The coolest thing ever. And we had a theme park view room.
Yes.
Meaning we could see Galaxy's Edge from our room.
And
we could see the fireworks.
yep.
And like, I don't mean just see a little bit of fireworks. And I don't mean like I had to go out on a walkway like a Contemporary at World. I mean, right there, they were just there. It was really cool. And so the beds were comfortable. I mean, listen.
It's a big room.
Yeah, it was a huge room.
Super spacious.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a deluxe hotel. Like, this is not a value resort. And so, but it was really big. I think they'll probably update them eventually, and I think when they do, there'll be some small changes that have just happened. Like, it'd be nice to have a sink outside the bathroom instead of, maybe have one in there, but also one out here.
They had a separate room for the toilet, but everything was all still within the same, like, the shower, the sink, and the toilet were
there
all
was like a
basically
little
in
wet
one
bar
room.
area right outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bar.
And the only problem we had with that was the outlet didn't work on the little wet bar area. So, like, getting ready in the morning, there was a mirror there, and it would have been nice to be able to plug in
and
some
we
hair
didn't even
tools
bother to report it because we're not those people.
we didn't
like
care.
we were busy.
We found other outlets and mirrors to
we
use.
just figured it out. And so it was Yeah, it was really, really nice. I think, didn't the elevator have the call? You had to use your room key?
No,
No,
not at
not
this
that
one.
That's at the next
yeah.
one.
Yeah, but they had the haunted mansion ghosts, and like the elevator had a mirror, and they had like 2 of the ghosts, so you could like pose in the middle of the mirror with like the hitchhiking.
And there was a little
ghosts
hidden Mickey.
Yeah, lots of hidden Mickeys.
There's a hidden Mickey in the light up headboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a hidden Mickey in the elevator.
There was a hidden Mickey in the shower, and I forgot to point it out.
What?
Yep.
Yep. She told. I remember her. I didn't get to see it,
I
but
forgot
she
to take
told me
a
there was
picture of
one.
it.
Nobody told
And
me.
then 2 gift shops.
Yeah.
It's the only on property 2 gift shop.
Yeah,
resort.
go ahead. I know we mentioned it in our pre-trip, but like, there's only 2 other resorts.
Yeah.
So
we
you've
stayed
got
at
2 other
Disneyland,
Disney.
and then there's
owned
2 other
resorts.
on-site
Yeah.
resorts.
the Grand Californian
Mm-hmm.
was also, and it's
that we
actually
checked out.
closer to the gate
Mm-hmm.
because they have
More
an entrance
in downtown.
Yeah, more in
Disney.
downtown Disney.
Disneyland is kind of the other end.
Yeah, you got to walk from our hotel. You had to walk all the way through downtown
Mm-hmm.
Disney to get to the gates. Which, I mean, that is not long, guys. Like 10-minute walk if you're walking slow.
Yeah.
Um,
Strolling.
And then there's the Pixar Place Hotel, which we went, and
It's one building.
it's one building,
It has
and the
one gift
pool
shop,
is
a couple
like on the
restaurants.
3rd floor.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
rooftop.
like a rooftop.
type.
Rooftop, and it had a little concession type area there. They had coffee,
Ice
I think,
cream,
ice
coffee.
cream and coffee.
Yeah. More of a like
Um,
hotel
yeah.
versus like your
Not a
resorty
resort.
vibe.
And it's kind of, you realize when you walk to go visit the other resorts, like if you bother to do that while you're there, because Pixar Place is literally across a 4-lane
Mm-hmm.
and at an intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a cool picture and then proceeded
cool
to try
tumble.
to break my hip and my shoulder, and my wrist, and
Watch out
everything
for the
else.
curbs.
Fell over the curb and into the mulch. Disney has good mulch. It was padded. See, it pixie
Cushioned your
dust
fall.
right there. Yeah, cushioned it on purpose.
Could've
Evidently,
just
I
been
fell
sidewalk.
really loud because Courtney and Logan heard that. And came back to make sure I wasn't dead, and I had already popped up. But
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because we did check out Pixar Place. We did check out Grand Californian
Yep.
in that moment.
and
But-
in the order, Pixar Place is the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to quote you a rate because it changes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Disneyland and then the Grand.
Yeah. Every once in a while, Disneyland flip flops with Pixar Place depending on room availability. Those 2 are kind of similar right now. But yeah, Grand Californian is your big.
As far as
one.
amenities go,
Mm-hmm.
again, 2 gift shops at Land,
Mm-hmm.
multiple restaurants. We ate at Goofy's, and then we ate at the
Tangaroa.
Tangaroa,
Mm-hmm.
the quick
Terrace.
service there,
And Trader Sam's.
and Trader Sam's. We had drinks at the one. They had some really nice non-alcoholic drinks and some coconut cake.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good coconut cake after one of our park days.
Yeah.
And so I think overall the resort was beautiful. I give it an A+.
Yep.
I
miss
thought
it.
all of that was great. I mean, it was really, really good. I could stay there tomorrow. It would be just fine.
Take me back.
Yeah, let's go back. But Jordan was there for work for the travel agency. So she had a couple of days. I think you got to know some really good information, got some special events.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole reason we ended up getting to go was thanks to my job.
Yeah.
We had our top producers retreat at Disneyland this year, and that was kind of what spurred all of us to be like, hey, do you want to go to Disneyland? I'm going to be going anyways. Let's make this big trip out of it. So the first 2 days, Friday night, and then basically all day Saturday when we were there, I was at work events, while everyone else kind of just explored downtown Disney and did
And no
resort
one feel bad
research
for her. She was at work events.
Yeah.
She did do some lunch and
It
learning.
was not very. It was more play than work for
she got
sure.
to play,
They
and it
spoiled
was some
us.
good play.
They absolutely spoiled us. Friday night we had a private catered dinner in California Adventures where they do like the Disney Playhouse stage show or whatever. We had a very lovely catered dinner there. Mickey Mouse came in and visited with all of us in his cute little Halloween costume.
Aw.
And then we got to see, we had some preferred seating for the World of Color at California Adventures, which was really cool. And then Saturday The only bad part was we started at 6 a.m. Like we met at 6 a.m., which is very
But
rough.
you got the park to yourself.
But one of the coolest things was we got to walk into Disneyland Park before it opened, and we're literally the only ones in there, and got to take pictures in front of the castle, which was really amazing. As like the sun was kind of coming up, it was really awesome. And they gave us a catered breakfast that morning, and then sent us on a scavenger hunt through the park, which I don't remember like any of it.
Because it was early.
And it was so
long.
tired. And at that point, like, this is not my home park, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know the Disneyland park. Thankfully, I was blessed with 2 ladies in our group that Disneyland is their home park. So we kind of I was just following the group most of the day. So by the time we actually went for our first park day on Sunday, I felt like I was like still in a new park.
Yeah.
But we had a big scavenger hunt that afternoon, had a break for lunch, and then we went back to the Disneyland Resort. They have like a convention center there. And we did probably 4 or 5 hours of, we got to talk to Disney people about upcoming events and learn a little bit more about the product, kind of like you said, the lunch and learn aspect. And then the coolest part of that was they ended up bringing in a lady named Stacia Martin, who is a Disney artist and historian, and she's been with the company for like literal years. Like she knows
Literally.
like-
It wasn't like 40 plus.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's been there a long time.
Like her whole life.
Her whole, basically, like
Yeah,
she
like her whole adult life.
she graduated high school and immediately went and applied at Disney and has been with them ever since. And she is an insanely talented artist. And so she literally like drew pictures while she was talking to us.
Yeah.
And then their big special surprise was at the end of it, they had asked us beforehand like what our favorite Disney characters were. And she drew a personalized Disney character for each and every one of us and put our names on it, and it was super cool. So
And who was yours?
mine was Pluto.
Oh, it's very cute.
It's
She'll
very
she'll
cute.
post a picture
Yes.
on our
But she
Facebook
was
page so you guys can see
The
it.
most precious thing.
Not to
Like,
be, and not to be contradictory if you listen to other episodes and we asked her what her favorite Disney character
Oh yeah,
is.
they asked
Yeah.
us for our
And
favorite like classic.
You thought it might have
character.
needed to be a classic, so you chose
Yes,
Pluto.
'cause she draws-
as opposed to maybe some of
Yeah.
your other favorites.
She draws in the classic form, so it had to be a character that
Yeah.
she draws. But that was super cool. And then after that, we had a little bit of a break for dinner, which I met up with you guys
Yeah.
briefly. And then went right back into the park, and we had some preferred viewing for both the Paint the Night Parade and then the Halloween fireworks that they had going on. And
Nice.
then we all said our goodbyes. And then I went back and met you guys and got ready for our park days and what we were
Yes.
doing with that. So
Well, while you were doing that, we were wandering around a little bit. So
We became experts at
we became
Downtown
expert.
Disney.
Yeah, I can tell you a lot about Downtown Disney, including where the bathroom is. As
There
a
you
matter of
go.
fact, that's my
There's only one.
There's only one.
Unless you're in a restaurant, there's only one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there was
And
another one.
oh, where?
The
'Cause
one
I went
behind
to
the
it.
tavern. That was
No,
closed?
no, at the front. Like
Oh.
when you walk in, because one of the times we walked in, I had to go to the bathroom.
There's two.
And
Oh,
it's
two.
like it was. Like
And I
to
don't
the
know where the
left.
one she's talking about is, but I got one by Wetzel Pretzels, so I'm good. They also have nice frozen lemonade there, of which I have to have a frozen lemonade every time I go to Disney, and that was my actually only one, but it was really good. So yeah, we got to do that. There is for all the people, because I was shocked because I didn't know, because I didn't research it. I wanted to just kind of experience it. I did not over research this.
yeah.
And they have a World of Disney, of which is one of my favorite places.
And we
It's
went there a
smaller
lot.
than World, but I know every nook and cranny of the World of Disney and Disneyland now. All the rooms where all the stuff is. And it was, I have a lot of stuff from every room. Hence, I needed the suitcase, including the sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now that I've been wanting for a long time this year. And I
That was in
finally
the
got it.
very first nook and cranny of World of Disney as you walk in to the right.
That's right.
You saw it?
I saw it and I said, I've been looking at it.
First day purchase.
Getting it. First day purchase. But anyhow, so there's plenty of restaurants there. Downtown Disney is not as big as Disney Springs. So if you're a world person and you're expecting to get 45,000 steps in, that's not it. by itself. It's plenty though. There's plenty of shops. They have this really cool shop called D-Lander, which is kind of has retro Disney vibes in there.
Lots of cool merch in there.
They had a big merch drop while we were there for the Stony Clover. Yeah, I don't do Stony Clover, but these other folks do. So they had some Stony Clover stuff, which seemed to be a big deal to a lot of people.
There's a long line there at 6 a.m. when we went in on Saturday, and we were like, what is this for?
Yeah, it's always funny
for
to
a
me
merch drop at like 11.
It's actually on the Disney store now.
It is. I saw it.
Yeah. So I'm like,
hate to break it to those people that
that
stood in line for a wristband to come back at 11.
Right. I'm like,
you can
you
still
could
get
have
it
just
online.
waited, and it's there. And it's still the same price. But yeah, and then there was a home store. We liked that one.
So cute.
So cute.
Little candy store.
That's where I brought my friend Jenny her little caramel apple that I got back on the plane with the little Mickey Sorcerer hat. Very cute. And then we had dinner actually at a few restaurants. Without you, we all had dinner at.
The first one was Ballast Point.
And Logan had this ginormous hot dog.
I said 2 foot, and I think it was like more of like a brat.
Yeah.
And it might have actually been 2 feet.
I mean, it was a giant. We had a really nice table. We weren't right by the window, but we had a great view.
Yeah, because it's on the second level,
Yep.
so you can see out the windows of downtown Disney.
I had some tacos. I think Logan had nachos.
I had some kind of loaded fry bowl.
Well, I had the brat, but we
The brat.
had nachos
That's
for the
right.
table.
Nachos for the table. That's what it was.
So I couldn't decide, so the waitress talked us into both.
We did all of that. And it was good.
You're on
I thought that
vacation.
I thought it was fine.
pretty
It was
good.
an upper level restaurant. It was really good. The next day, while Jordan was getting to experience all the cool stuff we kind of slept in a little bit. And then Courtney and I had some coffee. Logan met us down there. And then we went and we had a reservation for Splitsville because it was a really important day. The Tennessee Volunteers were playing the Georgia Bulldogs.
And you might think, I can't believe you watched a football game while at Disney. But we really didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
we
we
already
weren't doing-
explored downtown Disney.
Yeah, we weren't doing
And
a
there
We
part
was
just
day.
wanted to relax and watch the game. It was a lot of fun, actually.
If you were a person that
Great
that's not
food.
what you wanted to do, you could have grabbed an Uber and went to see the Pacific Ocean. You could have went to see Hollywood Boulevard. Like, you could have done all kinds of things. But we weren't there to experience those things. We were
Yeah.
there to experience. And so for us, I mean, we wanted to watch that game, which was really good until it wasn't. That poor kicker. And so we stayed there. We shut it down. They were closing early.
They had
For
a
an
private
event.
event.
They had a private event. They were closing like
So we had
6
to leave
o'clock.
at the end of regulation. And we
Yeah.
watched overtime on our phones.
Well, some of us watched the
In downtown
overtime.
Disney.
Some of us got upset.
And went and
And
bought Disney things.
Went and bought more Disney things instead. But anyhow, that's what we did.
Just shout out the food at Splitsville.
Oh man, the food at
Not just
Splitsville,
bowling
guys!
and
I've been
TVs.
going to World forever, and Splitsville's been there for a really long
Yeah.
time. And I'm like, who wants to go there? Like, who bowls while they're at Disney? Like, that's crazy. Hey, you don't got to bowl. Although that did look good. The food there was so good. I think we did some chicken tenders.
That was where I got the nachos.
You had a huge, like, Logan had nacho. I mean, it was 2 foot of nachos. So, I mean, it was just
He
as.
ate
feet
it
high.
all.
And he ate it all. But we were there
We
for
were there
4 hours.
Give me a break.
Still.
They had really good little cheesecakes. We had those.
I was not hungry later when we got to dinner with Jordan.
And FYI, for anybody's like, I can't believe you took that server's table. We asked if it was okay, and they said yes, and we tipped very well. So, and all
I'm
she
sure
did
they're
was
used to that on football
bring us
Saturdays.
some drinks. We met some fun people. I always meet people at Disney. We met some people that love land, and that man is a retired Navy person, and he hates world. But he brings his wife to land a couple times a year. There was a Georgia fan at the bar. He was having his meal. He was by himself, and he won the day. And then there was another family that came in, and they didn't care. They kind of picked at us a little bit.
They didn't care, but they
They enjoyed Georgia beating us.
enjoyed Georgia winning. Yes.
Yeah.
For
So
some
that was
reason.
kind of sad. But anyhow, so we kind of got up and did some more walking, kind of looked at a few more things, and then we moved on to wait for Jordan so that we could do our first park the next day, which was Disneyland.
Well, and one last thing, we also ate at that Earl of Sandwich. Tavern.
the
That's
Earl of
Jordan.
Sandwich
That's where we did the
Tavern,
dinner at.
which is
that
closing.
night.
If you are gonna go, they're
Yeah.
still gonna have the Earl of Sandwich like more quick service option, but it's moving to a different area. So if you're going in the next couple of months, you may not have Earl of Sandwich as an option, but we wanted to try the tavern since it was more of a sit down.
Yeah, because it was closing end of September permanently.
Yeah, so we did that
and
for
World
dinner.
doesn't have that, and that's why we wanted to try it. And it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some cheesy bread. I remember that. And Courtney and I shared some tomato basil soup. I think you guys shared a bread bowl too.
Yeah, we did a bread bowl, and then they had a
The
mac
clam
and cheese
chowder?
burger. Yeah, we did the clam chowder bread bowl, and then we split. It was like a mac and cheese burger, which is pretty good.
So I mean,
But
overall,
yeah, that was it. We just explored downtown Disney and ate food and watched football.
I mean, and it was
that's-
good.
that's a
And
pretty
we
good
wanted
life.
to swim, and we waited too long, which was on us. We could have swam because we could have
I
swam
know we
that
could
day.
have swam.
just thought we had the
We
night
thought
to do
we
it.
Yeah,
had,
no, you
night
had
to
the
do it.
evening.
So we switched up our day, but we all got rested, and we
I don't know that rested is the.
well,
I'm
we
just
slept.
kidding. You guys got to
Well,
You
but we were
didn't.
still
You were
awake.
I
not
did not
rested.
sleep.
But
You
we were
guys
awake
were
when
awake
you
when
got
I got back,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I was. Well, let's not get excited. Courtney and Logan were awake. I was
You said hello.
sort of kind of awake. I knew what time I needed to get up. We had
Yeah.
already gone through the get
You
up
were
schedule.
prepped for the next
Yes,
day.
I was prepped. And so there we went to Disneyland, which has the pumpkins.
Yes.
Like I always
Giant
am excited
pumpkins.
about the giant pumpkins because World has their own Halloween at Magic Kingdom, but it's not the giant pumpkins.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to see those pumpkins forever, and we did, and had our pictures. It's a 2-sided picture, and we enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really awesome because we had the photo pass.
Yep. Yeah, so we bought the the multi-pass for both of our days, and with Disneyland, you get the photo pass with the purchase of the multi-pass. So we definitely made sure we found all of the
And
photo
FYI on
opportunities
that.
we could.
So, because I feel like you should just be honest and say there's a reason they throw it in. There's not as much photo pass.
Not as much at Disneyland. I
Right.
thought there were a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities at California Adventure and then
Yeah.
also Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
But Disneyland, it was really just the pumpkins when you first came in. And then they had a couple photographers at the castle.
Yep.
But other than that, we didn't really see a lot of them throughout the rest of the
Or we
park.
forgot to look.
Or we,
one or
well,
the other.
we didn't note it. It
And
wasn't
we didn't
noticeable.
do.
Yeah.
Well, and that was
Yeah.
the other thing. We didn't do any. Am I crazy? But I don't think we did character meet and greets
Not at land.
at land.
Not at
Yeah.
land.
At all.
Yeah. That was not
So-
our we were very much ride focused for Disneyland Day. Cause
Where did we try to meet Mary Poppins?
Oh,
That
that
was
was
at
the
land.
one at
That was-
Lands that we.
yeah.
But that was more of an
Every
opportunity.
time I get in a line to meet a character, they are leaving before I
Yeah.
have a chance.
Well, and I think that was
Just
the
so you
big
know.
thing. We saw characters at land.
Tons of characters,
But they're roaming, and so they will do some candid shots pretty quick. But like we did Chewbacca,
Yeah, I had a good conversation with
did.
Chewbacca.
yeah,
and then
And the
the
stormtroopers.
the stormtroopers and Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren talked to all of
Yeah.
us multiple times.
Which I think is pretty cool about Disneyland. That was something that I
Yeah.
really loved, was that in almost in all of the lands, really, we saw multiple different characters just wandering through the lands. And
Yep.
so it almost just kind of adds to that magic a little bit of like really feeling like you're in
Yeah.
this magical place because
They're
these
just-
characters are just roaming.
Yeah, and they're not going to let you build up a line. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing. They're going to do a few shots, and they're going to do some little conversations, and some people are going to get their picture. And if you're like Logan, you're probably going to walk up on it at the last minute, and you're done and forget it.
It doesn't bother me because
okay.
I'm not a big character person, but I
Right.
feel like whoever I'm with always wants to get in line to see characters, and then they say, "I'm sorry, this character's leaving in 4 seconds." And
Yes, yes.
I ruin it for everybody. So.
So we did not have early. There was no early entry.
No, so the early entry here is a little bit different. It's not at both parks every day.
Yep.
At Disney World, you get it at all the parks every day if you're a resort guest. Disneyland, at least for the remaining of this year, it's
Yep.
going away altogether. But currently, your early entry, specific days of the week, is Disneyland early entry. Specific days of the week is California Adventures. The way we had to do our parks, we did not get to do Disneyland on an early entry day, but it's still open at 8 o'clock, and you can get in the park 7:30.
Yeah, it was like
I think they let us
7:30-ish.
in. So we were
Yeah.
at the gates waiting. We got there around 7:30.
Yeah, we got
And
our
we were
pictures with the
close.
pumpkin.
They
We got
let
our
us
pictures
in.
with
Yep.
the firehouse.
Yeah,
Walt's
we got to
apartment.
kind of take our time, walk through
We get to let
Main Street.
Michelle
got
see the
Michelle's
castle.
reaction to seeing the castle for the first time. If you want to
was
give your
memorable.
thoughts.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
It's small.
little, but it's
cute. And
She's
it's
pretty.
neat that it's neat that Walt built it. And I think, when you look at the difference between Disneyland and Disney World, number one, you've got over 20 years, right, between A and B.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that they didn't have as much property at land, and still don't, right? I mean, like they're
pretty limited.
yeah, they're limited. They're on expansion.
Yeah, it makes sense that it was.
It's
smaller.
got to be smaller. And they did some things. I mean, I think it's actually smaller than even what you think it is as you see it on the because of the way that it's built, right? And the engineering. But it's pretty. It's neat that it was the first.
Yeah.
It's Sleeping Beauty's castle, which at our house, Sleeping Beauty was a big deal. And so it was really cute. But it is small if you're used to Cinderella's castle or even Belle's castle, the Beast castle. Because it's pretty big too from when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
You don't really get to see it unless you're eating there, but
Yeah.
From the distance. But I mean, Main Street's really neat. It's very nostalgic. It's different than World. So like for all the people to go, why would you bother to go there? Because it's different. It's not the same.
It's still so cool and so awesome. Like I genuinely loved still walking around it. Like
my little tickets.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So like because of the 70th, they have certain places with a Magic Band that you can walk. Was it 4? I think it was 4.
It was 3 different locations.
And one gave 2 tickets.
3 tickets.
Yeah,
3
3
tickets.
tickets.
Okay. Yeah. So
The souvenir tickets. So there's one
see-
in Main Street, one in Adventureland, and the one in Frontierland gives you 3 tickets. But if you find them, you can use your Magic Band and scan it, and it'll print you out like a little kind of original souvenir ticket for the 70th.
it's really cute. So I mean that was fun. And we actually also purchased the key. If you're looking on YouTube, you can see our Disneyland key, which is a giant plastic key, and
also for the 70th.
it makes noise. And there were all these different locations where you would go and you would put this key in, and it would do something like bubbles, music, light up, different things like that.
Jordan, can you see the little on-off switch back there?
Yes, I can.
See
should
if
be
you
able to
guys can
click it.
hear it.
Ooh.
It lights up if you're
Lights
watching
up
our
if
YouTube.
you're watching.
Don't worry about the music right now.
And how many of those spots were there?
There were 9 plus
Don't ask.
the end. There are
All day
there are
long, we thought there were
technically-
8 plus the end.
There are
But there were
technically
9.
9 different lands in Disneyland, which sounds like a lot. But you had to find the key station in each land, and every time you found the key station, it lit up like that land's symbol on the key. And then at the end, you were supposed to find a spot back at the front of the park and put your key in there. And then it unlocked this mystery pin that was actually in the key somewhere. So we were really excited to do it. We kind of forgot a couple of times when we were in different lands to go to the key stop.
Because it's an all-day thing. Like you're trying to
It's
do
like
the
all day,
rides,
yeah.
you're moving around, and then you're like, oh man, we forgot to do the key in this land.
Yeah,
So we got to get
and
that.
we thought there were 8 lands and then the final. And so at the end of the night when the park had been closed and we had done our souvenir shopping, like it was probably 45 minutes after technical close, you could still do this key thing. And so we get up there and we plugged it in, and we were missing a land.
And we didn't even know we were missing a leg. We kept thinking it was malfunctioning at first. And this
so
nice lady
excited.
comes up and she's like, oh, yeah, you're missing one. And we went, what? Where? And so we get to looking
Isn't
at
it
it.
Toontown?
Yeah.
And it was in Toontown.
Which was the last place we
Yeah.
had been, and we just didn't think there was one back there. Like,
Well,
they're
and-
not obvious spots. Like, you have to find them.
Right. And since you brought up Toonland, and we'll kind of talk about all the lands and
Yeah.
what we liked about them. But
Yeah.
in Toonland, we did everything. We rode Roger Rabbit. We
Yeah, we did all the things.
Met
Mickey Minnie's
Mickey
Railroad.
Minnie's. We
met
rode
Mickey,
the Chippendale coaster.
Gadget Coaster. We did all the things back there. We
We
just
did all the
didn't
things,
put
and
the
it was
key in
really
the key
cute.
slot.
Yeah. And then we had come back up, and Logan was not going to be deterred because the lady told us a hack And I was about to try it, and Logan was like, I'm going. And I was like, that's good. He's like, even if I got to go all the way back to Toontown. And I'm
the
like,
furthest away from the
I'm not
Yeah.
going.
But they would
die.
I was met with security on Main Street pretty quick.
Was not
Yeah.
going. I found a spot to sit by a tree,
Yeah.
and I sat down in front of the train station and almost fell asleep sitting up because I was tired.
But Logan found a way. The security would not let him back to Toontown because they were indeed closing.
They directed me to
But
someone who has a
obviously-
special magical keyhole.
We're not the only people that
obviously
Fail.
messed
get
up.
the key. And they were able to. They had a all-in-one purpose keyhole, and we got our last.
You just tell
one.
them which one you're missing, and they plug this little magical keyhole to that one, and then you stick it in there, and
Yeah.
it still works.
Do you remember where you had to go to get that? In
Um,
case anyone.
Yes,
also
sir.
Security
forgets?
told me to go to, is it called City Hall or
Yep,
something?
City Hall.
City Hall.
But City Hall, I went over there, and they told me to go over to, I can't remember the name of it. I'll think about it. It's right across from City Hall. It looks like a little merch store.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'll look
But
it
those
up.
are the people. If you also do the same thing and you forget, and the park is closed, they will help you out. But anyway, so then we finished, and
Yeah,
we
we
did the
finished
magic
it.
key.
Got a little pin.
So
And it
just
was
pay
good.
attention.
So when they let you in, they actually hold you at the rope. So it's a little different. I will say that because World has completely changed what they're doing with the whole rope thing, as far as rope drop and early entry and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We still had the early entry part though, where they did ask us how many, as we were on Main Street there before we got up to
that
the
was
castle,
at-
or was that California
That was at
Adventure?
California Adventure.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have the early entry
didn't
for
have-
land.
that's right.
So we were
That's right.
just normal people
Walking. But
walking
if
in
you
there.
go during early entry,
They'll
will
ask
stop you.
Yeah.
Before the rope. But we were at the rope, and I think we were at the rope at the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the other rope? Do you remember?
I think they just had them
Was
over
it-
on the side entries to the lands. Like you
Okay.
really don't get.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even get all the way up to the castle.
No.
We were at like there's
hub.
the hub in the middle of the castle that
With
kind
the
of
Walt
just
statue.
cut it off halfway.
And so we stood there, and then they dropped the rope,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to go. And so we went straight to Fantasyland.
Yeah, Fantasyland rides there. If you do buy the multi-pass, nothing in Fantasyland is on multi-pass. I don't know why they do it that way, but it's that way. And so
We did know that before
we
we
did
went,
know it
so we
going
had
in,
a
so
plan.
just a heads up. But highly recommend if you are an early morning person and you're going to rope drop, Fantasyland is a great place to start because we essentially walked on everything in that area.
Everything's about 2 steps. Every ride is like 2
Everything's
steps
very
from
close
everything else.
together.
and
And they have a lot more
and the 2
Fantasyland
steps
rides
are
there.
for people.
Yeah.
So, like, for every 2 steps in Fantasyland that took you to get to that ride, you were touching probably 4 people to get there. I mean, it's very,
It's a small area.
it's a small area, and you can tell that it was built a really long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
California Adventure looks a little different when you go there, and we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Mhm.
But
there's
was
like 6
different.
rides all like tucked right back
Yeah,
there.
you've
in
got
that
Mr.
center.
Toad,
Snow White,
Snow White,
Pinocchio,
Pinocchio,
Dumbo,
Peter Pan, and
That was-
Dumbo are all
Yeah.
and the carousel.
Yeah.
So
So it was all like right there, and it was super cute. And I loved Mr. Toad. I've always wanted to ride.
It was
I
fun.
liked Mr. Toad.
it was fun.
he's
Courtney doesn't love Mr. Toad. She's never enjoyed him, but I love the movie.
cute. Did you enjoy the ride, or was
Yeah.
it kind of
I thought, just talking about the rides real quick. So the rides aren't the same in Fantasyland.
Mm.
So Dumbo, of course, is Dumbo. Guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Carousel is Carousel, but Jordan got to ride.
Yes, we found the Jingles, which is the horse that was dedicated to Mary Poppins. Which is also key if you want to ride Jingles. Going earlier in the morning will help you do that because there's not as many people in the line. So we were like the first people
scoped
in
it
our
out
found him. He's on the outside. He's very easy to find. Has Mary Poppins stuff all over him. And we were able to ride Jingles, and we all got to take pictures with him.
Yeah. So we did that. Pinocchio, cool ride.
Mm-hmm.
If you think Pinocchio is a scary, weird movie, as does everyone in my family, I get it. It's got a little scariness to it. but he's a real boy. And it's really, really, it's a cute ride. Like, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a very classic dark ride. That one was great. Mr. Toad was great. Snow White was really cute. I loved that ride.
Not scary.
Not scary, like Snow White's Scary Adventure, formerly at Whirl. But it was very, very good. I thought they were all well done. And, yeah, it was just really good. Small World is outside of Fantasyland.
Yeah, outside of Fantasyland, almost on your way back to Toontown there. It's kind of its own little, but it is a massive
It's a massive structure.
facade on
Yes,
the outside.
the whole
so
thing.
It kind of has to have its own
It starts
area.
outside and goes inside to the Crazy Dolls, and they're still there, and the song is still
I thought
there.
it was so cool though.
But it's neat.
One of my favorite things with the Small World there though was they actually have dolls of some of the Disney characters, which was different. and
Moana
cool.
was in there.
Yeah, in every room we were looking for the Disney doll.
Woody was there,
Yeah.
and Jessie.
We saw Pinocchio. We saw Dumbo.
Cinderella was in
Cinderella,
there.
Yeah.
Aladdin and Jasmine.
Yeah, super
So,
cute. And
Be on the lookout when you're
the
in
boats
there.
are the old classic, like, I mean, not the original boats probably, but we're still they're older than the ones at World, let me put it that way. And they're kind of smaller,
Yeah.
I think. And you start outside, and there's some great topiaries for my friends that love topiaries. There's some great animal topiaries
Very
outside
pretty.
there. It's just a pretty ride.
Yeah.
Like the whole kind of thing there is pretty.
Very
But,
well done. I really enjoyed that there.
But yeah, so we moved on. I'm gonna say Haunted Mansion, ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Like,
Right now they have the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, which it's insane what they add to that ride just for like a holiday
cool.
overlay.
Yeah, and for some, like, I love that movie. I love the music. The movie's kind of slow, but it's still great. I love the movie, and it's great because Jack is everywhere. Like, Oogie Boogie, like
it's
the
not
whole
just
thing.
touches. Like, I
No,
mean,
it's everything.
full on.
Speaking of, we saw Jack, the character, walking around 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
just at
Yep.
Oogie Boogie.
You
He
can
was just
meet him
in
randomly
his
walking
new
around.
costume.
Yeah,
folks.
he does have an actual meet and greet, but he walks through
To get
that
to it.
area to get to it, so you can see him walking around if you don't want to wait for the.
And he high steps just like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is great. But like the mansion, as you're standing in line for the queue, is great. Inside, every single piece is different. And has a Nightmare Before Christmas like aura to it. So like they completely, the ride is 100% Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
just
cool.
for Halloween, or do they keep it through Christmas?
I think they keep it through Christmas. I don't know if they make any changes, but I do know it also has like a Christmas. It stays having an overlay
Yeah,
through the
'cause
Christmas
Santa Claus
season.
came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously once Christmas is over, they'll
They'll
switch
go
it back to the original. But if you have a chance to see it in the Halloween/Christmas overlay, it's really cool.
Pirates is over there.
Yep.
It's different than World. It has 2 drops.
Yeah, which we're not
And you do get
expecting.
splashed.
a little bit when the sign says you might get wet. Did you get wet, Logan?
Yes.
Logan got the worst of it.
And
on
it
our
was
cart.
and it's cute. I
Or
mean, some
boat.
of it's the same and some of it's not.
There's
so
a lot more like pre stuff that you
Yes.
go
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
before you get to
A
the
drop.
actual animatronic pirates. Like there's a lot more like skeletons and old timey pirate stuff that
Yeah.
you do, and then you go so far down underground. At the end, you have to kind of ride up the little conveyor
yeah,
belt to
it's different.
get out. It's really cool.
But it's really cool. Comes into the Blue Bayou restaurant, which we did not eat at, but you
It looked
can
really
see
pretty.
it. But it
Looked beautiful.
looks cool. And so we kind of did that. I got to ride the Matterhorn.
yeah,
I was a little worried because I was a little scared.
She braved it though. She
but I
did it.
did.
It didn't
Oh,
help
I
that
got
one
it.
of the
Side-
bobsleds broke
Broke.
down while we were standing in line.
Yeah, it took a
had to
little
move that
longer,
one
and
out of
I
the
was
wall.
like, "This is bad. This is not good." But then it was fine. Watching Logan get in was amazing because he fit, sorta.
They said, did
Um,
you have to sit in the front of the cart? Was that the?
I don't remember what did your
The
tall
Matterhorn.
other friend tell you.
I think it was you had to be in the front of one of the. It's
Yeah.
2 carts attached, almost like Space Mountain.
Yeah. I was in front. That's right.
You had to
Yeah.
sit in the front,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
And so that was good.
Very
remember
bumpy, but
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, but good. We
Let's
talked
quickly talk about just randomly talk about a ride that was terrible that I did not fit in. Winnie the Pooh.
That was bad.
Holy cow, that was the most uncomfortable ride I've ever sat in my entire life.
So Winnie the Pooh is also, it's kind of like Pirates. When
Sorry
I
to get us
say
completely
it's
off.
kind
back
of no,
into-
no, because it was kind of over there. It's completely, it's not
Completely
completely
different.
different. It's a lot different.
I'm sure it's a great ride.
I would say
should
it's.
clarify.
Let me put it this way: it's more different than it's the same as World. You start outside. You're in a different honeypot.
Yeah, it's
But
three
Is that what I was in?
rows. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
honeypot. But it's like a different kind of honeypot. World used to have a different honeypot too, but it's not the same one. It's not like they
Yeah.
took that one and brought it over here.
Yeah.
And then the storyline's a little different, sorta. And the queue, like the whole queue's different. Like I said, it's more different than the same, and it's really tight. For Logan, it was terrible.
Well, and the thing is, most of the time, we'll shout out to most of the cast members because they see how tall he is, and most of the time, there's a row that might have extra legroom, like they pay attention to that thing. And I will say, I went on this twice, once with my work group and once with us, and both times the cast members not so great a job of like sizing.
Yeah.
Because we went on it and they tried to put 3 full grown like ladies, like they tried to put 3 of us in one row, and it's very clearly meant for like 2 adults.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, if you just sit down at the same time, you'll fit. And we were like, no, it doesn't
not
make our butts any
working.
smaller.
Well, the funny part was Logan was not fitting, and they said, well, the front might have a little bit more room if you'd like to join your party up here. It wasn't his party. It was two
It was like this
strange
minor
people.
kid that were
Strangers,
in the front.
and they weren't giving up their front row seat.
No.
There is significantly more legroom in the front of the pot because
'Cause
it
it
rounds
points,
out.
yeah.
So I think if the cast member had been paying a little bit better of attention, they maybe would have held us back for
The
the
next
next cart,
Yeah,
and
would've been
it would have
fine.
been better. But because we were jammed into the second row, all Logan felt was pain for the entirety of that
Yeah.
ride.
It was like a 15-minute ride, something
Yeah.
like that.
Felt like a long time. But we did that Alice. There's a
cute.
Alice in Wonderland
Yeah,
ride,
that
which
one's
is
very
so cute. It's another dark ride, but it does kind of come outside too. It
You,
kind of
like, go
reminds
up.
me of the Seuss train at
Yeah.
Universal in Florida. But it was really, really good. It's a dark ride, classic, so good. That's
The
not at
teacups
World.
are really cute.
And they're outside with string lights.
We did it at night because
Yeah.
Courtney saw it and she's like, "Ooh, that'd be really pretty at night," and that was
Yep.
a good call because they have just
It
really,
was, and
really
we
pretty
ended up
lights.
just kind of
That's a
hitting
perfect
this real
spot for the
quick.
parade.
Yeah.
We
like-
walked up on a spot. I mean, we had to stand, but I think we had a good spot to see.
Yeah.
Talking about right after we got off the teacups.
Yeah,
Yep.
right
Yeah.
after we got off teacups, the parade was about to start, and like literally, we stood in the spot right by teacups where it was standing room only, but we were like the first
because
people.
Mom lost her phone.
Yeah.
Hang on.
and then we
We
decided
were going
to just stay there.
Whoa. We were going to watch the parade anyway there because I'd already asked the lady, "Can we stand here?" And she said, "Absolutely." And I said, "Okay." And then like 2 minutes later, I went, "Uh oh," which
My phone is on a
for
teacup.
other people that have been to Disney World with me,
Had you lost it already?
Yes,
Yeah,
she had
Matterhorn.
lost it earlier in
Matterhorn.
the day on Matterhorn.
It fell
At the
out.
beginning.
I didn't have it out on Matterhorn. Just FYI, guys. Matterhorn will shake your phone out of your pocket. It is like the Alpine slide meets the bumper cars. It's rough. But anyhow, I had left it. I had taken a picture of Jordan and Logan and I laid it down. I did it on Nemo and World this year. Anyhow, I'm
We
notorious.
got it back though, both
But
times.
Logan rushed right over there, and then I followed him, and it was good that we stayed for the parade because I got my phone for all my work peeps that know I work all the time and
But
look
that
at
was
my
a
phone.
great spot for the parade.
And the
And an
parade,
incredible parade.
and let me just say, as someone who has enjoyed the nighttime parades at World and has not got to see Starlight yet, I've heard it's great. I've watched it. I've not seen it in person. I've seen it online because that's who I am. But this was a great parade. Like, it was beautiful. I thought it was well done. The walking characters, there's some jellyfish that are just
Love the music.
amazing.
Yeah.
The music was great.
Floats were,
Incredible. Like
yeah, the Rose Bowl needs to get those floats.
Yeah, it
Wild.
was fantastic. So don't skip it. We had planned our day. Jordan and I had talked, and Jordan's like, "Look, it's gonna be tight if all things are happening. So if Fantasmic, because it's different there than at World, but we really had Fantasmic, the parade,
and then the fireworks.
And the fireworks.
If they're all happening in the same night, there's a very specific order you have to hit them in, on top of also trying to get in all the rides.
Right.
It ended up being, for whatever reason, the night we were there, Fantasmic was not happening, so that took one thing off of our list, and so we
Which was still a bummer, though.
Yeah.
And we didn't do the projections in front of Small World either, but that wasn't necessarily a must do.
Yeah.
Fantasmic was a must do if we could.
Yeah.
Like, we had that on our list, and
For
it would
whatever
have
reason,
been.
it just wasn't showing that.
And I'm just gonna be honest, that would have been tight. Like, we could have done it, but like, we ended up doing all the rides except for
Star Tours and Astro Orbiter, which were two that would have made you sick anyways. So you would have had to sit off of
I wasn't gonna
we
ride
had
it.
both of those at World, so they were kind of, we knew both of those weren't going to be much different.
Right.
Obviously,
They were the
there's
same.
Jungle Cruise and Pirates and all of those we also have at World, but they all have their own differences at land, so we wanted to experience those, whereas we knew Astro Orbiter and Star Tours would be pretty much the same, so we were okay if we didn't get to those.
And those were the only two we didn't get to as a group.
We rode the train.
The train.
Sorry,
Man.
you're going there.
The train was a bad moment because the train conductors were not on top of their business. I love Disney cast members, all of them, and they have such a hard job. But you know what? You tell me to move over at the Muppets. You tell me to move all the way to the end when I'm seeing, the
You try to
Frozen
fit 3
Ever
women in a
After.
honey pot.
Yeah, you put 3 grown women in a honey pot. You put Logan, 7 foot tall, in a 4 foot space on the Winnie the Pooh ride that lasted 45 minutes. Not really. But you can't get people to move over on the train while we're trying to get somewhere. Come on. The train, though, it is kind of cool. I will say this. The train has some cars that all face
To the
side,
There were
all
two
the
different
same
trains.
directions.
Yeah.
There's 2 different trains.
It's 2 different
Yeah,
trains.
2 different trains. And that train was the train we wanted to get on, but we didn't because the people that were on it obviously didn't want us to, they didn't want to scoot over, so they weren't helping. And the conductors weren't helping either. So we didn't get to do that. And I kind of wondered, why would you want to sit that way? Well, when I got on the next train, I realized because you'd ride through something kind of like the Epcot ball for some education.
Yeah, there's dinosaurs. Like this whole enclosed area where there's
It's not just a random
dinosaurs
outdoor train
and-
ride.
No.
It's
It's
You,
not just a train ride around the park. Matter of fact, you don't really see the park.
And here's the reason why we were pretty scarred from it was because we had just seen the parade and the fireworks were supposed to be next. And we had decided that at that point we hadn't prioritized getting to the fireworks because they were the Halloween ones, and everyone else had seen them twice from the room with the music, because you can turn on the music in your room, by the way.
Yeah. So we got the whole thing. Listen, I didn't miss the fireworks. The only thing I missed was the projections on the tiny castle, which I would have had to be sitting right in front of because I can't see anyway.
And I had gotten to see the full fireworks with the projections the night before with work, and I was like, it was cool, but I was like, if rides is more our priority, let's keep doing that. But one of the things we had talked about, which is unique at Disneyland, is you can also watch the fireworks from back in Galaxy's Edge, and they have a different set of music. So we're like, okay. We're like, maybe we weren't going to get seats in front of the castle, and we saw a few rides we wanted to do. So we're like, let's get over to Galaxy's Edge, watch the fireworks back there, move on. We wanted to get some beignets from the mint julep area, and we were over Fantasyland Toontown-ish, and Galaxy's Edge was kind of a hike across the park. So we were like, well, the train stop is right here. We'll take the train over to Frontierland and it'll be fine. And we had 30 minutes to get over there still.
We didn't make it.
But because we didn't get on that first train,
But
which we could have fit on, by the way, we got on the actual train to take us over there with 5 minutes maybe.
So we got off and had.
Well, but so but we're like, so you can usually see the fireworks from the train. Well, it's a very
you
short.
can't because you drive inside. You could have fit 30 more people on that first train.
Yeah.
and the next train didn't come for 15 minutes.
So we got into the nice little tunnel with dinosaurs and volcanoes and
could
stuff
hear the
as you could hear the
fireworks.
fireworks going.
And it was the only, I have to say, seriously, I think that was the only grumpy moment of the trip.
Yeah.
And it was everybody. No, did you have another grumpy moment?
It also took 15 minutes to get waters the next night, but we'll get there.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a
Okay.
restaurant though.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
That's
A grumpy
true.
moment.
That's true.
Yeah,
you're
you're
right.
right.
That was two grumpy moments.
But that was
Apparently,
the
they're both
only-
me
the
too.
only
so.
That was
one
our
in the
only
park.
grumpy day of Disneyland.
yeah.
and it was just a minute.
just because
By the time we got beignets, everybody was happy.
Yeah, we got off. We ended up taking the train all the way to Frontierland. Got off, got some beignets. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
But we just had that little 30 minutes of.
And they're
The-
good.
we should
The
have
thing
just
about
walked.
the fireworks at World is the show and everything is magical.
Yeah.
We saw them twice from the hotel here at Land, and we knew that Galaxy's Edge had something different. But either way, the Halloween show, the Galaxy's Edge, all of that, I don't know that any of that's magical. I don't know that we missed a magical moment that you would if you missed Happily Ever After for the first time.
Yeah, it's
ever.
a little bit different there, especially because the Halloween ones were cute, but it was very Halloween-y. You know, it was villainy and whatever. So we had decided we were okay skipping out on the fireworks so we could get in the extra rides that we wanted to do.
I mean, I wanted to see
It
them from
was
Galaxy's Edge, but it was really just the principle of the matter. The train being underground, literally blocked from the fireworks the one moment they go off.
Now, again,
Yeah.
the train is great. It's worth taking, but just if you have to get somewhere at a
Are you
specific
disagreeing?
time.
It's a Walt original.
I got to take it during the day
Yeah.
with my work group, and
You
it was
liked
actually
it?
a really beautiful train ride.
Okay.
Like, to take it all the way around the park, it was a fun, just extra ride. But if you are in a time crunch in any way, shape, or form,
Don't take the
don't
train.
do it. Just
And
walk.
I would say
You'll
that
get
at
there
World.
quicker.
But here's what I'm going to say too. And I love the train at World. Not right now because it goes backwards too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the train ride normally. It's a fun thing to do. But this was just a situation where it didn't really work out great.
And that's what happens, though, right? We all talk about best laid plans. We were already adjusting and pivoting as our day went on, anyways. And it is what it is. But you just do what you can.
So what? And then I would like to talk about the most terrible ride in all the land. In all the lands.
By the way, we really loved every moment. We're
Wait a
just
minute.
going
Are we
over
still
our.
You're still at Disneyland.
We're still
Yeah.
at Disneyland.
Okay.
You'll
I
remember.
had 2 terrible rides this whole trip.
Did you?
Wait, okay,
Wait,
keep going
no,
then.
I didn't have a terrible ride because that ride's at the other park.
No, which one are you talking about?
we
You're
had a
talking about
terrible ride.
Tiana's. This is where
Oh,
you're
Tiana's.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Tiana's. That was the most terrible ride. Was
You
there a
didn't
second
ride
terrible
the one
ride?
at
You didn't
California
ride the
Adventures.
one at California.
Oh, I'm
Adventure.
sorry. You had 2.
We'll get
For
there.
me. So let me just say, I love Splash Mountain, and I love Tiana's.
At
It-
World.
at
At
World.
World.
Like, I still get really nervous on the big drop, but I don't cry like a baby or scream anymore, kind of the same. But it's like a lot of fun, and I like it, and it's so well done. So, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go. This is going to be great.
Which the theming, the show, the main bones of the ride are all the same, and that aspect is well done.
That part is well done, and the queue is different a little because it's just different. It's not in the same spot, right? It's 2 different parks. And so we get up there and they count you off just like they do. I still feel like that's one of the places that maybe there could be some special, Imagineering that's going on that's a little different even at World. Like when you get up there and they're trying to move people to the boats because there's 2 boats.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, like Big Thunder. That's always kind of, I'm like, we're just being herded into a cattle car. It's kind of different. But we get up there, and I mean, maybe I was supposed to know, but again, I didn't over research. The first thing that happens is they try to put me in the front of the boat. That's not happening. So Jordan took one for the team. She's gonna ride in the front, and so then Courtney rides behind her, and then and Logan's riding in the back.
They were going to leave Logan leg room because, again, he's tall. So they were not going to put anyone else in our car. And the main difference with Tiana's at Land versus World is that your log is a single file. So you're not 2 by 2. And it goes back like 6 people, I think.
Yeah,
Six
and
people.
hang
And there's
on.
no lap bar.
That's not the most. That's my next point. The most important part, Jordan, is there's no lap bar. So you straddle this log. So you get in and you cross over. So you're sitting on, like you're riding Tron, except you're not riding Tron. You're sitting on this log that you're about to go down this giant hill that you already know, and there's no lap bar. And it feels like a wood seat. Maybe it's not. We had ponchos on. That was good. I took my big backpack and I put it on the front under the poncho, which was nice because it filled in the gap between me and Courtney because it did not have a lap bar. Logan says there were handles on the sides, but I have no recollection of handles on the sides.
I saw them, but I was focused on holding the hood of my
So I'm
poncho
trying to
over
hug
my
this
head.
backpack and Courtney like in front of me, and I'm trying to hold that. And I mean, I kind of thought about the water. Like you get wet at World
here's
too.
The thing, your water ride, we expect to get a little bit wet, right? That's why we brought ponchos,
Yes.
because at World you get splashes, right? But I don't think it's very often there anymore that you just get soaked. Like it's more.
Well, the first
You
and
might have a
second
wet
person
butt.
at World get soaked sometimes. The third seat and back at World do
You're
not.
usually pretty safe.
Yeah, but like this log, and it is narrow. Like when I mean, like it's not narrow like you're not gonna fit, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be it's not aerodynamic. I don't know what I'm talking about in the water because I'm not a boat expert, but I just feel like it wasn't very awesome that way. The front of the boat was short and stubby.
It would have scored terrible on a dive in the Olympics.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm
Here's
going for.
my thing. I am not one that I'm not really scared of rides. I don't have moments where I love rides, the thrill of it, whatever. I was in the very front of this
You literally
boat.
had nothing.
There, I don't know where the nose of this boat is because it's not there. There's literally like a foot of boat, but when you're in the front seat, and it narrows out, so it's got like this little nose. But anytime you go down any of the falls,
Yep.
all you see is
Water.
disaster. And there's this much room between me and falling out of the boat because I don't have a lap bar. And I was like, okay, this is not well designed.
No. And guys, when I say we hit the water, and it wasn't the final. When we hit one of those, that first or second drop,
big one.
And that wave came over the
it was
left
like a
side.
tsunami come over the
My
side.
left shoe was soaked.
Courtney and
Then
I,
the
like,
third drop, my right shoe got soaked.
and I mean, it was, when I say tsunami, guys, I have ridden at Animal Kingdom and had a tsunami there. If we hadn't had these ponchos on, I would have had to go back to the hotel. Like,
yeah.
I could not have, I would have froze and smelled. Like, no one would have wanted to be around you because the water was terribly smelly.
We would have been 100% soaked. Like, I could feel the wave hitting the poncho and just this puddle of water. And all I could think was, like, I'm so glad we have this poncho right now because, we would have been.
And I'm making
we
such
went on
a
it
fuss.
at night.
I'm glad we saved it to
But
close to
I
the
made
end of
such
the
a
day.
fuss that this lady that they put, I guess they put two ladies
there were
They
with
two
ended
us.
up
women.
putting two random ladies in between us and Logan because they were going to leave it open. But then these ladies were like, oh, there's two seats. So they just got it.
And they thought
They thought it was
I was
laughed at us
hysterical.
the
Like, they
whole
thought my
time.
whole experience, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. This is terrible.
That's because we weren't getting wet back then.
Yeah, Logan in
bad as the back of
back
Winnie the
row is
Pooh
not
is.
bad.
The back of Tiana's is much better.
Yeah, so I guess if I ever ride it again, which is questionable, if I ever ride it again, I'm riding in the back. And I'm not, normally I think the back of that is like, because you see the whole boat in front
Yeah,
of you.
you
But
wouldn't
that
want
may
it.
be better than
Yeah.
all the water.
I would say probably maybe 4, 5, and 6, especially 5 and 6. You're probably not going to get as wet. That's going to be more of your splash you're used to from World. But if you're in those front 3 seats and you don't have a poncho on, you're gonna be soaked.
And just
be
so folks
prepared.
know, I'm not above like tricking people in line at World on Splash Mountain to take the first or second seat, because I just did it earlier this year where it was this man and this kid, and I was like, oh, have you ever experienced the front row? No. Oh, you should. everyone should experience the front row. I did it, and I'm not sorry. And they took me up on it.
They got soaked.
And they got soaked. And they didn't find me
This one
after.
is a mix of fear and water.
Yeah.
I'm,
This
I'm
was-
probably not riding it.
And it was at night.
We did see people that had on like poncho pants, which cover your feet as well, which after going on it, we understood because the wet feet is probably the worst part. Mine were okay being in the front because you can actually tuck them up under the little 2
Everything
feet.
else about the front was
The
terrible.
little 2 feet of boat that you have, you
Yeah.
can tuck your
I
feet
feel
under.
like at World, your feet don't really get
No.
wet. And so I haven't
It's just
had
like
that
your upper body or your
experience.
booty.
The
Yeah.
raft rides are usually the only ride. Like I've been completely
On the
wet.
raft ride, yes.
And that's why a lot of people in
But
my family won't ride those
Yeah.
because like we usually get wet. But other than that, I mean, we rode Galaxy's Edge. We talked about that. It was
Yeah.
great. I will say this. I feel like this is a big disclaimer that I need to share with all my world friends. If you are a popcorn enthusiast,
yeah.
and popcorn is like in your core memories of happiness at World, you're going to be sad because I'm into the popcorn buckets. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my Mickey here. He actually talks. He's so cute and everything like that. But I purposely went up and bought a regular popcorn bucket because they had them for sale at Land. And it was a villain one, and it is a cool bucket, and I can take it to World. So that's cool. So I buy it, and it's filled up. I don't know. It's $11 or $12, which is what it is at World. And so they were going on something that I couldn't ride, Space Mountain. They were going to ride Space Mountain. I can't ride Space Mountain. It makes me sick. So I'm like, guys, it's cool. I'm just going to get popcorn, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to live my best dream. Y'all have a blast. I go up, and I go, I would like popcorn. I'd like to refill my bucket. And I sit up. She goes, we don't do that here. And I went, what? She was like, right. It'll be like $7. And I'm like, $7? I bought this popcorn bucket. She's like, yeah, we don't do refills. But you can buy that box and you can pour it in there. No, I cannot buy the box. I'm not buying the box.
You know what else they don't do refills on?
Drinks. Hit the quick service.
Not a single restaurant in that
No,
place.
there was one that
the
said they did do
sit-downs.
it, right? Or no?
I don't.
We
I
just
feel like the
didn't happen
sit down
at it. Yeah.
restaurants.
But I feel like we talked
Which we
about
didn't go to.
this, that not all of them at World do the
Yeah.
refills.
But some of the
Not
bigger
everyone
quick
does.
services you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
just
Like
didn't-
Cosmic Rays and Connections Cafe, all
Yeah.
those big quick service
Yeah.
places. None of
And,
these had any free
Backlot
refills.
Express does
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
But sorry,
at Hollywood.
popcorn.
No.
That was a
Popcorn.
much bigger.
So here's the
alarming
deal.
Situation.
Popcorn buckets are still a big deal there because I also got another popcorn bucket because I love it. Was a ghost and it's very cute for the party, but they do not refill them. So if you're buying them because you think you're going to get $2 popcorn refills and you're just going to eat popcorn all night, which is what I love to do, you're not. So just keep that in mind. It's a personal thing for me. It won't keep me from coming back, but I didn't eat as much popcorn on this trip because I'm not paying $7 a pop to have popcorn. So other than that, though, I feel like it was a win.
Yeah,
like
we
I loved
loved
it.
Yeah, you briefly mentioned Space Mountain, but I did want to
Yeah.
point out that we really enjoyed Space
Yeah,
Mountain.
Space
here.
Mountain there, you sit 2 by 2. So kind of other difference from Tiana's, you get to sit 2 people. It's a little smoother, really cool. I think we all really loved the Space Mountain there.
Oh, and the Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah.
We had a Monte Cristo,
Yes.
which was very, very tasty. If you don't know what that is, think ham sandwich
But
with
fried.
cheese and fried in
With
a
powdered
batter
sugar.
and powdered sugar,
And
and
like
you
a
dip it in
raspberry
jam.
raspberry sauce is so good.
This
You can
was
find
good.
that at the Royal Street Veranda over in the New Orleans area.
And where were our beignets at?
That's at the Mint Julep Bar.
Okay. So we visited both those places there.
Shake the bag.
Yeah, shake
Oh,
the
yeah.
bag.
We didn't do that.
And I didn't know to shake the bag because when you get beignets at World,
They're not in a bag.
they're not in a bag. They
Yeah.
come out
Like a
all
basket.
dressed for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
already
this is
dressed.
a little more authentic.
This
to
is-
how they're supposed to be served,
know.
and we just didn't know, so we like dumped the powdered sugar out on top of
Yeah,
it.
if you're used to going to Cafe du Monde and there
Yeah.
in New Orleans, you have to shake a
you
bag.
gotta
We didn't
shake
know.
'em, so
But they were still good.
they were
It
good.
didn't matter.
Yeah.
Where do we have dinner?
We had dinner at Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante.
Rancho del Zocalo.
Really
It
good
was really
kind of
good.
Tex-Mex.
was
over in
good.
Frontierland.
And everywhere we went had some Halloween specials, things like that. So, but
Yeah,
this one had one that you
check
got.
out the menus. Yeah, I don't even remember what it was, but it was a really good, like, their Halloween meal special there. It was really delicious.
So
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
yeah, I mean, we had churros.
Yeah, we
We had the 70th churro
and the regular.
and the regular. Courtney, not a fan of the 70th. It turns your mouth blue.
Yeah,
but
we
I
all
liked
very
it.
blue
Bright purple
mouths.
blue.
Yeah.
It was like was it a blueberry?
Yeah,
icing?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
something like that. It was
blueberry.
like, yeah, but it was like I
Sprinkles
liked
and
it.
liked it.
icing.
You guys liked it.
I haven't had a churro at World, but everybody says they're better at Disneyland. It was fine.
I've had churros. I had heard that was a big thing that I wanted to test out, and I thought they were fine. I mean, churros are churros. Now, I guess if you're a churro connoisseur, you could disagree with me. Churros are good as long as they're not too chewy. These were not.
Yeah,
I've had.
great.
Yeah, they were great. They
There's
taste.
so many churros there to try, though. So, like,
Yeah, all
we
kinds
only
of
had a
flavors.
couple, but there are lots of other flavors, lots of churro stands. That's kind of their big thing there. So, if you're a big churro fan, there are a lot of things. We just tried those too, and we enjoyed them. But we were trying to try all the things. So,
Right.
We had the garlic. What was it? The
oh yeah, the
garlic cheese
pretzel
bread or
cheesy
something?
garlic pretzel bread at Edelweiss, probably snacks right outside the Matterhorn.
That was really good.
That was
Those
on
were
our list.
So good.
Don't
And-
feed the ducks.
Don't
feed the ducks.
You
They
get in
don't
a little
need it.
trouble. There's a nice little shaded spot with
right
some
behind
some
it.
tables where you can sit down. I thought those were like really really
So
good.
good. And we all
Um,
got like a icy fruit drink. I
Yeah.
can't remember what
I
it
can't
had in
remember what
it,
flavor
but
it was.
it was also
really
from
good.
there. Very
and
delicious.
Courtney wanted the chimichanga,
Oh, the breakfast.
the
chimichanga.
breakfast chimichanga, changa.
Chonga.
I don't eat them, but we were gonna have it. Except for
They run out, and they ran out.
and at 10 o'clock they had beans and beef, and none of us were up for that.
So if you want that breakfast burrito, it's over in Frontierland. You better go there first.
I think that's how we ended up with the churros.
Yeah, we settled for the churro.
We needed
we-
something.
We needed
were
something,
hungry.
and that's what
We
we
ordered the
went with.
chimichanga and got almost to pick it up. She's like, "Oh, you wanted the lunch one, right?"
And I went,
She's like, "Oh, we're out of
We're
the
out of
breakfast one,
breakfast.
so we
Like,
canceled
you
our order
should
and
lead
left."
with that at 10:30 in the morning.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because we're not ready for beef and beans over here that early. But other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, we loved it.
The merch was great. They had plenty of shopping on Main Street.
Yeah, not as much as World,
Not as much as World.
but they've still got an emporium. They've still got
Yeah.
restaurants,
shops
and
all
shops,
throughout.
ice cream.
all
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
park that you
Oh,
can
y'all got
shop
ice cream at the
in.
end of the night there.
We did.
We did. We were celebrating a little anniversary of our own, and
Yeah.
so we this specific anniversary we always get Mexican and ice cream, and so like we just mentioned, we got the Mexican for dinner and
Got some
capped the night off with a little.
saucer.
We were actually the last people to order ice cream.
We were before
They
it closed.
they closed.
I got you.
We were the last ones in line to get ice cream at the little
we
ice
got
cream
it.
parlor there
Yeah.
on Main Street. So
Yeah.
it was
So
great.
it was, I think it was a win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. And then we, next day,
We interrupt this programming to see if Jordan, do you want to take us out and we'll make this a two-parter, or do we want to just give them bonus coverage and totally go all out with the next 2 days?
we're going to break now.
So here's what we're gonna do. We don't want to overwhelm you. We don't want to there's so much to cover. I'm thinking ahead to the next 3 days of this trip, and we've got a lot to cover. I think we should break it up into two and tell everybody all about California Adventures and the Oogie Boogie and everything else and our surprises that we had. So we've got a lot more to cover. So I think we should come back and make this a two-parter. What do you think?
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Decision made. See you in a minute.
So tune in next time. I'm just kidding. That's always Jordan's line. Hit it.
You can say it. Doesn't
Tune
have
in
to be
next
me.
time on To the Magic and Beyond.